It's a really, really interesting time from a workforce perspective. The amount of change, and I would say complex developments in our industry are really unprecedented. So we find our employees wanting to step into those new spaces, support our customers, and be knowledgeable in those new technologies, those new innovative approaches. But what it's requiring is us to become almost like a learning utility, where we have our core business, our poles and wires that we've traditionally invested in and provided service to Albertans with. But now that grid needs to do new exciting things to meet the new needs of our customers. And those needs and expectations are higher and more complicated than ever before. So we do have to look external to partners like Red Deer Polytechnic to help us elaborate what those skill sets need to be and nurture them and expand on them as part of their daily training. So it's really important for us to look outbound as well as internally as to how we create that environment where our employees can really flourish in a really exciting but challenging time.
We contribute through our education and training programs. We are fundamentally positioned as a polytechnic to serve the workforce and to ensure that we are producing graduates that have the skills and competencies that are needed for industries and for companies like Fortis. So an innovation ecosystem is really an environment that is focused on the big issues of industry. And that can happen within a post-secondary environment like Red Deer Polytechnic. The idea that we can use our campus as a venue for addressing those big challenges and opportunities within industry, I think is in and of itself really exciting. But that needs to be an environment that includes applied research, that includes teaching and learning, and that includes industry engagement. All of those components need to be a part of that, and that is what an innovation ecosystem is. It's an environment focused on those issues where we're solving industry challenges through applied research. So companies like Fortis are gaining value as they bring those challenges forward. But we're also looking at how we can engage learners into that environment so that they can understand what those challenges are, they can be exposed to them, they can understand how to problem solve around those, so that when they graduate, they not only have the skills and competencies that they've gained through their education, but they've also had those kinds of experiences that they'll face in industry. So together with companies like Fortis, in an innovation ecosystem, we're moving industries forward because we're addressing the challenges that need to be solved. And we're also creating skills and competencies that students wouldn't get otherwise, and we're solving industry challenges through applied research. Those are the kinds of environments that are sort of the next generation of the learning environments that Red Deer Polytechnic wants to be a part of.
Well, innovation is a really interesting concept, and there's various ways to go about being innovative. But, as the provider of an essential service, we have to be sure that we're approaching innovation in a really pragmatic and practical way for our customers, that it creates value for them, especially right now given concerns around affordability and reliability. So when we partner with someone like Red Deer Polytechnic, having that institution behind us, working with us to understand the proper way to approach innovation and get really pragmatic solutions for innovation, that's really powerful when we go out and provide those to our customers.
And I think a really good example of that, we're working on a project right now that Fortis has brought to us around measuring how energy is utilized within a particular area. So we've been able to apply some of these technologies across our campus to measure electricity generation and distribution on our campus. And I think the idea there is that gives Fortis an opportunity to see how it works and how it can scale. For our organization, it's an opportunity to see how we can collect that data and do research on that data, and also put students in that kind of environment to see how that kind of technology can be applied and scaled across industry, because it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be challenges. And so for Red Deer Polytechnic to be able to explore those challenges on our campus first before it gets applied in a, like you say, a practical way in industry is, I think, where we can really show value and create value together.
That intellectual capital is really valuable when we go out and we start to move forward with customers in new ways, and we explain how we got to those new ways, and having partners like Red Deer Polytechnic to stand behind us and say this is the right way to be doing things is really powerful.